Good morning, everyone. Sam Portland here, coffee on board, and just here to wrap a little bit with you guys. So first of all, certification is coming in hot. Looking at a few different locations, inspecting first London location next week, which is going to be insane. And just so you know how it all works is when it's actually made available officially, you will be able to purchase the whole certification. You will be able to invest in that, and with that you get the option to come to the event for free. So the reason being is that you're able to digest some of the material either before or on the day. Meet with me, we can work through some of the key areas of the certification and answer questions and bits and pieces and get you coaching and feeling the process well and starting to make sense of applying all the frameworks and the structures. And then you can go away and coach people, and then you get a support call. So about a month later, you will be invited and have the opportunity to come and sit down with me and have another chat to really support the learning process of what you're doing. And it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be amazing and I'm really enjoyable, and I'm really looking forward to it. So make sure you get yourself on board with that. You can register already. There's a link in the description for this. If you're on YouTube, if you're on podcast, if you're on Facebook, there's a link in the comments description, wherever, that you're going to be able to sign up. So do that, get yourself there. You don't want to miss it. 10 modules. I actually just started writing a new one for it because it was just so essential. And it brings me on to talk about what I want to talk about with you guys today. And that is, have you seen, like a video of someone that's put funny drawings on a sprint diagram, boxes, use some of the apps, and it looks really cool. However, it's a bit useless. And I say that because it's incredibly excessive, because you're measuring such things in isolation. And what you're not doing is watching. What you're not doing is observing. And, with this technology that we've got, you're only trying to do what people have done for years and years and years. And that's just take someone from being okay at running to then improve their running. So I speak to lots of coaches that say, oh, have you used this? Do you use that? And it's like, yeah, I have it. I have all of them. And I like data. I think data-driven holistic programming is really useful. However, with something like speed, which is such a relational exercise, such a relational movement, such a feel movement, it's really difficult to then go, right, well, this is the angle of the shin at this step. And why do you need that number when you can just look at it? Why do you need to spend all that time trying and drawing and figuring this stuff out to know what you already see? And that's the question we always ask when we're using technology, is what did you actually learn by doing it? What did you actually learn by using it? And that's so important with any pursuit of strength and conditioning, because we are the worst at making life easy for ourselves. We make life so difficult for ourselves. For example, think about it. We pick jobs that don't pay well. We work lots of hours in those jobs that don't pay well. We have to eat a lot of shit from people who don't perceivably know enough about physical preparation than we do to even be in the room, because they're there because they're really good at said sport. So we don't make life a lot easier for ourselves. And I can get into the multiple examples of how that knocks onto people's personal life and relationships and relationship and identity issues with themselves. But that's a whole other story. So we don't make life difficult for ourselves, but we need to keep finding numbers to justify what we do. And I think it's twofold. We use it to justify it to other people, but then also I think we also need to do it to justify it to ourselves. In that, if you have someone's number changing, then it fulfills a psychological model that you need to tick a box that is, yes, I've done my job. No, I haven't done my job. It becomes a very cognitive pursuit, where real world doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, we are in an industry that is heavily influenced by science, which is great, heavily influenced by culture. And what I mean by that is the subculture of coaches. So if you look at Twitter, for example, everyone is just on there trying to prove they're smarter than the next person, pretty much, even through virtual signaling, even through demonstrating, this is something that's really useful. I would like you to use it. I do that. Then you demonstrate value, but what you're saying is that you're better than someone else. So there's that fight, and there's that condition of, fighting for all these jobs. And this whole process, which I have a presentation on this, that is really insightful. And so when you're looking at thinking about, well, do I need a piece of software that I can sit after watching a 2-second run and spend 30 minutes drawing on it? I'm not sure you do. I'm not sure you do. And what I'm not doing here is shitting on the companies that create these. I don't. Like, we use them. We do use them. But I say that we only use them for a couple of specific things that we can get done in 10 minutes or less. And so all the coaching is done on the track. All the coaching is done in the field. Even with the remote coaching that we do, we don't draw on diagrams. We don't draw on videos. We don't do any of that for our athletes, because you know what? They don't care. They don't care, and neither should you. What you should be doing is teaching people to watch, teaching people to view, teaching people to observe and see consequential cause and effect relationships in their movement. Because once you do that, then you're actually moving the needle. Drawing on and stating isolated angles and touchdowns and all those sorts of things are a fool's errand, because how do you then go and improve them? What do you do? How do you go about doing that? Do you have a magic drill? No. Do you have a magic formula? No. Do you have a super duper exercise that can change all of that one specific? No, because it's physics, because it's momentum, it's movement. It is so highly variable and dependent on so many other things that you can't isolate in one picture. So just a little bit of a provocative food for thought is that if you are spending all that time doing those things, then just stop, coach, relax, stop chasing data. You don't need it. The data that you need is your 2 eyes and your brain, and you're thinking about, well, how does that step affect that one? Film it in slow motion, watch tape back, don't draw on it, watch it, enjoy it, look at what you are seeing and see what you are looking at. So that's a short one for me today, but I appreciate you. I appreciate everything. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Send me a DM. Do all the good stuff. Screenshot this. Say, Sam's a crazy fucker. You don't need to follow him, but do what you need to do to show me a bit of love on these, because I talk and sit here on my own with my coffee, and it would be nice to know that I have some friends. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and I'll be back soon.